In 1908, Great Britain won this relay, the 4x200 freestyle, and they would say goodbye to this gold medal for more than 100 years. Immediately, the other powerhouses of swimming took over. Australasia, USA, Japan, the Soviet Union, and then Russia and Australia dominated this event. Some of the most famous swimmers in history to win this Olympic event are Duke Kahanamoku in 1920, Johnny Weissmuller in 1924 and 1928, Masanori Yusa in 1932 and 1936, Murray Rose in 1956, Don Schollenders in 1964 and 1968, Mark Spitz in 1968 and 1972, Vladimir Salnikov in 1980, Ian Thorpe in the 2000s, Michael Phelps in 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016, along with his teammate Ryan Lochte. And then, in 2021, after 113 years, Great Britain stood on top of the podium again. It is a nice full circle story, and I was ready to make a video about it until I found something very strange while doing research. Many unexpected things can happen at the Olympics, but this was not a lucky underdog story. I found this paper that claims to predict the 4x200 freestyle relay winner with 100% accuracy. If this paper is correct, we might know the winner of this relay before the Olympic Games even begin. In a fascinating paper titled Predicting Performance in the 4x200 meter freestyle swimming relay, published by the journal PLOS ONE, a team of researchers from Queensland University of Technology in Australia developed a machine learning model to predict the outcomes of the 4x200 freestyle relay. The researchers used a type of model called random forest, which combines multiple decision trees to make predictions. They trained their model using data for 716 relay finals in 14 international competitions between 2010 and 2018, including Olympic Games, World Championships, and other major events. By analyzing these variables, the model was able to predict the gold, silver, and bronze and non-medal winning teams with a high degree of accuracy. Significantly, the model correctly predicted the gold medal winning team 100% of the time, the silver medal winning team with 41% of the time, the bronze medal winning team up to 63% of the time. These results suggest that, in contrast to the unpredictable nature of many other sports, the outcomes of swimming competitions can be predicted with a high degree of accuracy using machine learning techniques, or at least for this relay. For casual viewers who watch swimming once every 4 years, the British team's victory in the 4x200 freestyle relay might have seemed like a lucky underdog story. They hadn't won gold at the Olympics in this relay since 1908, and after the first swimmer, Tom Dean, finished his swim, it didn't look too promising for the relay. At this point, they looked like underdogs, but they were in fact the favorites. Based on individual times, the British team was the fastest. The algorithm would have chosen them to win. The British won gold and silver in the 200 freestyle. If Tom Dean had swum his best time, they would have broken one of the longest standing supersuit era world records. But it was the 5th time he had swum the 200 freestyle at this meet. It's safe to say that he was a little tired and swam 1 second slower than his gold-winning individual 200 freestyle performance. Although it was the first gold medal in this event since 1908, the British team had been steadily improving their performance in recent years. At the 2019 World Championships, they finished 5th. It's also important to note that the British team's success in recent years may have been partially influenced by the host nation effect, as the host nation, Great Britain, investing heavily in its swimming program leading up to the Games. This included increasing funding for training facilities, coaching staff, and athletes' support services. The momentum from the London Olympics carried over into subsequent years as the British team continued to benefit from the enhanced infrastructure and resources that they have been put in place. This in turn helped to create a culture of success and high expectations within the national swimming team program. One of the most fascinating findings from this research paper was that the slowest swimmer in the relay tends to swim faster than their individual best times. This suggests that there's a powerful motivating effect that comes from being a part of a team, especially when you're surrounded by teammates who are faster than you. This is something I've touched in one of our previous video called the most feared team. Just as this algorithm on this paper would have predicted the slowest of the relay at the time, Matt Richards swam faster than his individual best time, of course, taking into account that the relay start is faster than the normal start. Not everything can be predicted by mathematics though. Duncan Scott broke all predictions and swam more than 1 second faster than anyone did that day. Faster than he had ever swum before. This also shows the importance of clutch mentality that some swimmers have. We often hope progress looks like this. Here's what progress looked like for me in 4 years of college. Here is what progress looked like for Duncan Scott, Matthew Richards, James Guy, and Tom Dean. Thanks to this research paper, we now know that if you want to swim faster, you should consider swimming in the relay where the other 3 swimmers are faster than you. And also you should consider being an American, because in this data, only Americans drop their best times consistently in this relay, or maybe convince your country to host the Olympic Games next time. We will talk about the 100 backstroke and how expectations almost crushed this former world record holder. If you want a more straightforward approach to improve your swimming, consider watching this video. Everything you need to swim faster. See you there, swim fast.